It's beer o'clock on Real Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer called KickStarter IPA. It's a West Coast IPA, isn't it?
Yes,
Peter, the Master Hobbits. What's the ABV?
6.5.
6.5% ABV, and it's a classic boot from the hops on the back end, the bitterness from the hops.
It's not as bitter as like some of the San Diego IPAs, because some people, at least where I'm based, if it gets too bitter, it's too much for them. But it's got like 70 IBUs.
70 IBUs. Okay.
Theoretical. So the hops on this always varies a bit depending on what we have available, but it's aimed at making a West Coaster. The hops that are always in are Citra and Mandarina Bavaria. This one has those, but then it also has some Cascade and some Simcoe and some Amarillo. So that's the thing with West Coast. You layer with loads of different hops. And you have layers in terms of both Whirlpool, hot side, and dry hop.
It looks
there's also...
It looks very West Coast.
It looks West Coast because it's crystal clear.
Yeah, and it's a tad bit darker than
like New England or whatever. It's like orange.
It's like you actually use malt in this.
Yes, a little bit of caramel malt, but just actually we use Munich malt for color because it doesn't give too much caramel flavor.
Okay, we got a one finger whitehead, as the guys have just been mentioning. I would call this an ambering color as a traditional British kind of style.
Or rust orange.
Yeah, rust orange. Yeah, that's a good way of describing it. Carbonation. Yeah, nice levels of carbonation in the glass. It looks really good as you wash the beer around. Should we get the aroma, Peter?
Let's do it. Smell it. Piney, grapefruity, resiny, orange.
It's like marmalade on toast.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, marmalade on toast. Yeah.
Well, that's what you got in the West Coast styles. You had a little bit more malt profile, and you had these kind of sweeter hop characters with the grapefruit and the pineapple.
Definitely, like proper kind of like the peel, the bits of orange in the pith.
Can I have a whiff?
Yeah, sure.
I will say though, this is a month old, so it's not as fresh as Flight of Icarus, because that was straight from the tank. This one is from the serving upstairs.
It's actually, it developed probably more dankness in the aroma than the other one would have time to get.
Yeah. It has some dankness, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, a little bit of kind of sweetness from the malt. Let's dive in. Cheers.
6.5.
Do you know
a little more bitterness without being too crazy?
Simon, do you know what your problem is, Simon?
What?
Ooh, it's actually got a good bitterness.
You make people want to drink beer because I'm getting fucking thirsty.
Try that. And I'm going to give my description. I need to go back in again now.
And let's all remember that is what Peter who gave me his beer, not Simon.
Fabulous stuff. Lovely bitterness on the back end. It's not crazy though. No. When I went to Poland, and I love the Polish beers, they were like 100 IBUs. They were like ripping your face off. This is more, most definitely West Coast IPA, but within balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It actually also says that in the description. Like some IPAs are raspy and dry you out completely, and this is dry and bitter, but it's made so it has some balance.
But it works so well. The bitterness works so well with the malty backbone of it.
Yes, because the malts are also not overdone, so it gets like sticky and clean.
In Norway, and this guy, he's trying to sell his house right now, and his house has grass on the roof. And that kind of makes the Norwegian house. And that's like what I'm thinking about. What I'm thinking is like let's say the roof is the backbone of the beer. It has grass on it, and that's the combination of the hops with the malty backbone. It's like you have a fucking cottage with grass on the roof. It's perfect.
So you're saying classic in the style. If you imagine what a beer would taste like, that's exactly what you're getting here.
It tastes
I get
green.
What you mean. Yeah.
And I think your flavor profile of marmalade on toast is pretty freaking dead on, because it has that slight malt backbone, giving that almost toasty bready thing.
I've never used that saying.
I've
never used that saying. I've heard it on by watching other beer reviews channel, but it wasn't like I was like borrowing their saying. It was just, it's what come to mind. It was toasty and roasty, but it had a lovely orange taste, and I just thought, marmalade on toast. Perfect.
I agree.
It's kind of, who even eats marmalade on toast? toast anymore. It's only the British guys, right?
Well,
We do, yeah. We do in the UK.
yeah, when I go
And it's
to
orange marmalade.
even when I go to Scotland and I go to a hotel and I wake up in the morning and I go to the hotel breakfast, there's like toasts and marmalade.
Of course, the
jam
preserve.
thingy,
Yeah.
You don't get that in Norway. We don't eat marmalade. Do you do that in Denmark? Do you eat marmalade?
Marmelade
Marmelade.
på toast. Ja, og rundstykker.
Til morgenmad.
Til morgenmad. But back to the beer.
Påfølgende brusebag.
Not in the shower.
I'm gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this.
Quick before you rate it. So, what do you think of the amount of malt compared to the amount of hops?
Perfectly balanced.
Okay, I would actually like a little bit more hops and like hop flavor and a little bit more bitterness.
But you did say it was a month old.
Yeah.
So if this was fresh, I think it would be more hoppy. But you mentioned,
But it's really orangey.
Yeah.
It's like really orange.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like the pith and the rind, like the bitter pith and rind.
What you're saying that you would prefer more hops is because you always want more hops in your IPA.
I guess.
When do you not want more hops
I know.
in your IPA?
I'm gonna go 9. Is that okay? 9
That's
out
awesome,
of 10.
man.
9 out of 10.
Thanks,
I think it's
man.
really good IPA. Really enjoy it. What would you say? Final thoughts.
So I think it's also nice, but as I said, I had some adjustment I'd want to make myself, but this is also known as the beer it is right now, so I can't do too much. So if I would do that and make it more raspy, even more like San Diego, West Coast, I need to make a new beer.
You would take
I'll
it to
just
the
have to
next
make
step. Maybe you would take it to a different audience, or maybe take it to a bigger audience.
But I'll just make a new beer. That's
Yeah.
If anyone cares about what I'm thinking, is like this beer, I would drink it a shit ton of it, just like it is now. But I would probably drink even more of it. I'm thinking more malts.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. But I think
bigger backbone. Because I'm on Team Cartman, you know. I'm not fat. I'm big bone.
Thanks for watching. Tune in, subscribe, check this guy out.
Master
Sound the
Puppets.
Crows. Cheers.